Hello, loves, and welcome to the Introverts Toolbox, the podcast for introverts who feel like the world's kind of fucked up, where the biggest and craziest people get all the success, and we're left wondering, like, oh my god, what the hell do we do? My name's Karen Hewitt, and I am your host, and we're going to go over systems, methods, and skills you can use as an introvert to be authentically you and be successful. So, subscribe and share this on your social media, and don't forget to give us 5 stars, and let's get started. Hello, my loves, and welcome to another episode of the Introverts Toolbox. So I know it has been a little while, lots of stuff going on, but today we're going to talk about something important. It's a question I get a lot. Can introverts make friends? Oh, this sounds stupid, right? It just sounds like, oh my gosh, like introverts, such loners, like you're total wallflower. I want to talk about this because I think it's something that is very misunderstood about an introvert. A lot of people think introverts are shy, quiet, reserved, don't want people around them, and they don't have that skill set of making friends. Well, I'm here to tell you, introverts probably one of the best friends you'll ever make. I'm going to explain why and how you as an introvert can do that. As always, don't forget to share and tag people that you think might like this message on social media, because you never know who you're going to help. So let's talk about an introvert as a friend first of all. I'm gonna expect something. Introverts are extremely loyal. If they have accepted you as a friend, they are very loyal and they're going to take you as you are. They're already willing to do that, and you're going to be very hard to lose that introverted friend, because they see you at your best, they see you at the worst, and they understand what's in between. But don't get that mistaken for them not having boundaries, because they definitely have boundaries. And if you lose an introvert in your life, you did something, okay? You did something that was not able to come back from, and they probably had every reason to walk out that door. So never, ever think that they don't have boundaries, because they do. However, they will forgive little hiccups. And if you forget to reach out to them for a few weeks, they're not going to be that bothered. That does not mean that you don't have to talk to them. But if things go down in life and you're just not as communicated for a couple of weeks, they're not going to care. They're going to be more bothered that you're okay. Introverts tend to make friends in small, compact groups. And what I mean by that, an extrovert has a lot of acquaintances, and they have a lot of people that they may call their friends or their besties or things like that. If you ask them, well, my best friend in college was this person, my best friend in high school was this person, my best friend here was this person. So let's talk about what it takes for an introvert to make friends. Because you know, like on here, introvert go, oh my gosh, I wish I had more friends. Okay, I just told you, like the extroverts, they have work besties, they have high school besties, they have college besties, they have sports besties, bar besties, great enemies besties. They have different people for different aspects of their life. An introvert tends to have a smaller circle that they can speak to on many different subjects. You see, the main thing is we don't like small talk. We don't like little bits here and little bits there. We want someone that we can help be their person and then be our person. So first things first, when you're looking at introverts and friends, you'll find that their friends have very similar interests. They may have different perspectives, but the interests are the same. For example, one of their friends may be a reader. I'm going to tell you about one of my best friends that I've had for the longest time, and we don't talk as often as we should anymore, but that reminds me, I'm going to reach out to her. Books were one of our things, and she got me hooked on an author, and we would spend time together and we'd talk books, we'd watch silly movies, we'd play Jenga, and then we played Neopets together. It was just a lot of different things that we did, and we grew together on that aspect. And books was one of our main things. But it didn't just stay with books. It went to all these different aspects. And then other ones that have come to me from organizations, but we have grown together because of things that we see, things that we believe, how we discuss. It could be anything from Disney. It could be anything from nonprofits. It could be anything due to, being a business owner. But we have these common things in common interests. And that allows us to have deep, meaningful discussions. And not only that, when you are friends with an introvert, you'll find that it tends to be that your friendship has to have mutual benefit. If you are not, if you're an introvert is turning around and say, well, I'm not seeing the benefit in this friendship anymore, that means you're getting close to being out the door. And they may not tell you that. They just may stop asking you questions. They may stop asking you advice. They may stop saying, hey, can I sound this off you? And that's because they're stepping away from you because maybe something happened and your interests are no longer aligned. However, it takes a lot for an introvert to no longer align with you because you have been very carefully selected. I think my message in this is if you do have introverts as friends, you're lucky because they will be some of the kindest people you know. Now, other big questions. I'm an introvert. How do I go and make friends? Well, let's start with your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is always going to be in the passion project, something that you're passionate about. If you're passionate about basketball, if you're passionate about reading, if you're passionate about movies, that is where you're going to find that friend. That is where you're going to develop that friendship. And you're going to have that core interest level in place. Because you're not going to sit, if you can't sit there and go, oh my gosh, did you see this new movie? What did you think of this? How did you like that? Whatever it was. Oh, did you see the game last night? You're not going to know where to start the conversation. It's not like, oh, I like your shoes, unless you're into fashion. Small talk's not going to be interesting. One of my favorite places to learn this is in Meetup. Because you can go to Meetup and you can find groups of people that are interested in the same hobbies as you. And you can find times to meet that meet what your schedule is. Maybe you're looking for something online. Maybe you're looking for something on a day off. You can search something and you can even start communicating with people and making friends online before you meet them in person to decide whether or not that is a friendship that you want to pursue. Another way to do it is Facebook groups. Go to Facebook groups that have similar hobbies or interests that you have. Find places that you're going to like building those relationships, that you're going to like talking to them because you're interested in the same thing. You never know where an online friendship can take you. One of my best friends, met them online, talked to them for years before we actually even met. Still thick as thieves. Don't have to be in person to be a great friend. So you're going to use things like Meetup. You're going to use things like Facebook. You're going to use things like TikTok. But the detail here is about building those relationships. Now, we're not someone who's going to slide straight into someone's DMs and be like, hey, Chica, you look like fun. Let's talk. No, what we're going to do is have conversations on posts. We're going to, oh my gosh, I love your dog. Oh, that's a cute Halloween outfit for your dog. And you start building that relationship through things that they post, things that you post, and you start to realize you have things similar. And then eventually you take it to private message because you've already built that comfort level. Like, okay, yeah, I can talk to this person. I can build a friendship. I can get into that and I can, like have conversations. And it's easy and effortless. Because I'll tell you right now, one of my favorite ways to have a friendship is text and Facebook message. I can talk to you back and forth so much on that it's just super easy. But ask me to go out and go somewhere, it's like, I'm too tired. So start building those friendships online and find those common ground, found that similarities, because that's how you're going to do it. Have fun with it and enjoy. So my question for you, have you made online friends or do you only do it in person? Share your tips in the comments of how you make friends as an introvert, because I want people to realize we're really a friendly bunch. Talk to you next time.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Introverts Toolbox. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And you know what? I want to know, what is one thing you learned today? Is there something that you're going to take and use in your life or your business? Let me know below.